With FM26 still 5 months away, it's becoming very increasingly difficult to figure out what we can do to challenge ourselves until it arrives. If it arrives. And so I've come up with the idea of the Alternative FM World Cup Challenge. And in this video, we're going to look at what you need to do to set it up, what the rules are, and how you can become the new Alternative FM World Cup champion. And we're also going to be looking at what my plans are for my schedule over the coming months, so that you will know when I am going to be taking part in this and also streaming my other saves. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to FM with Old Man Phil. And if you are a brand new visitor, I'm Phil and welcome to the channel. And as well as an update on the channel and when we are going to be streaming, we're going to be taking a look at a new idea, the Alternative FM World Cup Challenge. As many of you know, there was a World Cup held this year. I wasn't invited to take part, and I'm sure all of you watching were not invited to take part, and we all would have loved to have taken part. And so I've come up with this idea of the Alternative FM World Cup Challenge. And we're going to be looking at how you can set that up and what the rules are and how you can become the Alternative FM World Cup champion. But first, let's focus on Ipswich, the save in which many of you saw the worst ever mistake that I have ever made in my 15 years of playing Football Manager, where I inadvertently did not register my club captain and inspirational leader in the dressing room to play in the Premier League. This has left me with just 2 centre-backs and 1 defensive midfielder who it is possible could cover as a centre-back as we go into a very busy season in the Europa Conference League. An absolute nightmare, and I'm expecting the dressing room to crumble as well. And so we will be continuing that to see where it goes. And we'll be live streaming that on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon at 2 p.m. as usual. And we are going to add an additional episode on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. And then that will give me 3 days to focus on the new World Cup Challenge. And I will be live streaming that on Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 p.m. So I hope to see you guys joining me in these live streams, especially that one, because I myself will be taking part in the Alternative FM World Cup Challenge. And so, having established the times when I'll be live streaming and what I'll be doing, I think it's time to go and have a look how to play the Alternative FM World Cup Challenge. But just before we do that, if you are brand new to the channel, you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing the game, you're probably in the right place. So why not hit that subscribe button, click the bell. You'll be updated when we upload future videos. And while you're there clicking around, why not give us a like? Because likes and comments are what drive the YouTube algorithm to push the video out to people who've not yet seen the channel. Okay, let's dive straight into it. And so here we are, and I've selected what I think is the most difficult challenge, and that's to take a championship team into the Premier League within your first season and to try and win a major European competition, preferably the Champions League. An impossible task, I would have thought. But just try to be the best that you can be and accumulate as many points as you can along the way. And we will look at the point system very soon, but first let's take a look at the rules. And the idea of this is not to be the greatest director of football, not to be the person who knows the best wonder kids and to bring the best wonder kids in. The idea is simply on what you can do with the players that can be found by your chief scout and his or her team, and then to use those players and challenge yourself tactically and within game management and pre-game management in order to become the world champion. And so with that in mind, we will go straight to the rules. And so here are the rules. You must pick a team from either Sheffield United, Sunderland, Watford, West Brom, Cardiff, Coventry, Blackburn or Bristol City. And your goal is to accumulate as many points as possible. We'll see how points are awarded very shortly. You may pick any of the teams above. The aim is to play the 5 seasons and to focus on your tactical and game management, pre-game management skills and managing the dressing room. So the following rules apply. Only those things are we targeting. You can only sign players found by your chief scout and his or her team. Set the responsibilities to the relevant staff. We will see how to set up the save after we've been through the rules and how to accumulate points. You cannot sign players who your scouts do not find. You cannot go and just find your favourite players. You cannot go and find wonder kids, whatever. It is up to the scouts and the chief scout to find players for you to sign. The chief scout is responsible for setting up recruitment focuses. You cannot do that. You have to allow the scouts to do their job and build your team based on what they find. Number 3, you must design your own tactic based on the squad that you have. You cannot download a meta tactic or even your favorite tactic. You have to design your own. If you want to know how I design tactics, then I will leave a link to my video, how to build an unstoppable tactic every time, and I'll leave that in the description below. You must assign set pieces to the set piece coach. You cannot download set piece routines. Only the default set pieces can be used, although you can change the default routines from game to game. Number 5, you cannot recruit your own staff. This must be delegated to the appropriate people in the responsibility section. Number 6, training must be delegated to the assistant manager, although you can control individual training. Your assistant always adjusts mentoring groups. You can add to the training schedule things like community outreach, team bonding, and of course a match review after every game. That you are allowed to do, but the assistant generally controls training. You must use real world and you cannot sign further players in the first summer transfer window. Only the director of football may do this. We will set the settings so that you can decline his incoming transfers or you can accept them depending on what kind of players he finds. And so those are the rules. And so now let's go on to find out how you accumulate points over the 5 seasons that the save will last. So in season 1, if you are promoted as champions, 30 points. If you are promoted in second place, that is worth 15 points. If you are promoted from the playoffs, that is worth 5 points. If you win a domestic cup, the League Cup or the FA Cup, you will get an extra 30 points. And if you reach a cup final, that is worth 15 points. Cup semi-finalists, 5 points. And if you have the league's top scorer with 25 plus goals, that is worth an extra 5 points. If you have the league's best defence in terms of goals conceded, that's worth an extra 5 points. If you are the league's top scorers, then that is worth 5 points also. But if you fail to get promoted in season 1, that's it, game over, and you can try again. From seasons 2 to 5, of course, you will be in the Premier League. If you become champions, you will get 100 points. If you finish in the top 6 in any season, that is worth 75 points. And finish in the top 10 in any season, that is worth 40 points. If you avoid relegation, that is worth 20 points. So you'll get 20 points whichever season you happen to be in. If you are relegated at any stage, that's it, game over, start again. The top scorers, best defence and league top scorers remains exactly the same, as does the points system for domestic cup competitions. Also remaining the same are the league's top scorer, the league's best defence and the league top scorers. But we've added, reach the group stage of a European competition is worth 15 points. Reach the quarterfinals is worth 25 points. Reach the semi-finals worth 40 points. Runner-up in any of the competitions, 75 points. And the winner of any of the 3 European competitions is worth 100 points. You will get a bonus of 200 points for winning the Champions League at any stage. And so that's it for the rules and how points are accumulated. Now let's go and have a look how to set up the save at the beginning. So at the beginning of the game, choose Real World, go to Advanced Setup and allow that to set itself up. And that will load whatever databases it loads up. We need to delete some of those databases. So I'm only going to be left with the Sky Bet League 2 and above and the Cinch League 2 and above in Scotland. Those are the only 2 I'm going to have in the setup. Everything else will be left as default. Make sure you have large database clicked on, or you can use the medium or small. It's entirely up to you, but remember, you are not in charge of scouting. In the game start date, go to England and select late 2023-2024 pre-season. And then click Start Game and you are away. Once loaded, you can just select User Profile and then you need to select the team that you want to manage out of that list. And so in this one, I will go for Cardiff and we'll set that up. We will suggest badge based on Cardiff, suggest experience based on Cardiff. Make sure you click those and then click confirm and start playing, which will bring you to your start screen, which you all know about. So just scroll through that. Have a look at the expectations if you want, but you know what the expectations are of you. And just go through. I will set that to every month simply because it annoys me every week, and then save, and then we will be ready to set the responsibilities. And so I will go through this very quickly. Club expectations, accept. Transfer embargo has been placed on the club, which is good news because that means that we can't make any signings anyway, so it doesn't matter about a transfer embargo. And once we've done that, we need to go to our staff, skip that, and we need to set the responsibilities. First, go to staff, and then we need to make sure that we've got handles team selection flicked on. Everything else we need to delegate. We are not responsible for hiring our staff in any shape or form, and we are going to delegate control of that to the relevant person who will take control of managing the staff. And once we've done all that, click confirm. Contracts also, we are not responsible for finding or renewing contracts. We are simply going to allow the staff or the board in order to take control of that. Next, go to scouting and assigning scouts to the chief scout and leave handling scouting meetings to yourself and click confirm. Next, go to transfers and contracts, and this is really the important screen. Negotiating player signings, delegate. Initiating player signings, delegate, but leave finalized player signings on. And we will do that for every one of the initiate, no, negotiate, no, but leave finding loans, development manager or whatever. Initiating player signings, no. Negotiating, no. Leave finalizing on. Initiating, negotiating, finalizing, let on. Initiating, negotiating, and all the way down we will take those away. By leaving finalizing on, it gives you the option to reject the signings that he's going to make. Contracts we are not going to deal with at all. That is going to be taken care of by someone else. Media, you can either do the media or not. That's entirely up to you. Training, leads general training, we are going to delegate, but you can do the individual training. Everything else is left on. Then in terms of the match, I would normally untick that, but that's up to you. Everything there should remain the same. And set pieces, we want to delegate to the responsible person. And that's it. That's how you set it up. You will then go into your tactic and you will create your tactic from scratch. And it's entirely up to you what tactic you want to use based on the players that you have. And so that's it for this video. And let's hope that a lot of you will take part in this. The only thing I would ask is please don't cheat. Be sensible about this. Let's make it fun. Let's make it a challenge that we can be proud of by not cheating. And if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content, why not hit that subscribe button, click the bell. You'll be updated when we upload future videos, and give us a like, because that would mean the world to me. And so that's it for this video. Don't forget to go back and take screenshots if you haven't already, or you can download the rules. It's in notepad form, so if you haven't got a computer that can use notepad, I would suggest you take the screenshots. And also I have left a link to the how to create an unstoppable tactic video in the description below, as well as some other videos you might find interesting. And so good luck to everybody. I am going to begin with Sunderland in my attempt at the World Cup Challenge. And I'll be live streaming that on the days that I mentioned earlier. I've chosen Sunderland simply because when I was doing the Journeyman and ended up at Newcastle, where we won everything, I was asked by a few people if I could do Sunderland next. So I have chosen Sunderland. With that, all that remains to be said is take care and hopefully see you soon in some of the live streams. Be safe. We'll see you in the next video.